What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Naruto to explore one of the most debated questions I've seen recently. Should Itachi and Shisui have used Kotoamatsukami on Danzo instead of planning to use it on Fugaku? Now I know this is a topic that's been discussed in the fandom for years, so today we're going to break down the logic, consequences, and alternatives that could have changed the fate of the Uchiha clan and ultimately the entire story of Naruto. Okay, now to understand the situation, we have to set the scene. The Uchiha clan have been pushed towards rebellion as they've been ostracized and distrusted by the higher-ups of Konoha, most notably Danzo, who saw the Uchiha as a threat and would do anything to protect the village, even if that meant wiping them out. Itachi, caught between loyalty to Konoha and his love for his clan, was working with Shisui Uchiha, who's one of the most powerful members of the clan and his close friend. Shisui had the ability to use one of the most powerful genjutsu we've ever heard. The name is Kotoamatsukami, and basically, this could control somebody's mind so subtly that they would believe that their actions are their own. Now, what makes Kotoamatsukami even more busted is the fact that unlike a normal genjutsu, where you guys have to make eye contact to activate it, with Kotoamatsukami, as long as the caster can see you, you can be put under it. Now, Itachi and Shisui plan to use Kotoamatsukami on Fugaku, Itachi's dad, to convince him and change his mindset to avoid conflict with Konoha. But before Shisui could execute the plan, Danzo stole his eye, leading to Shisui's eventual sacrifice and pushing Itachi even closer to the massacre. But here's the thing, Fugaku wasn't the one instigating the real problems, it was Danzo. He was the one pulling the strings from behind the scenes, manipulating Itachi and further marginalizing the Uchiha. Danzo was fixated on eliminating the Uchiha as a threat to Konoha, and his actions pushed the situation to a breaking point. If Shisui and Itachi had used Kotoamatsukami on Danzo instead of planning to use it on Fugaku, it could have changed the entire dynamic. Danzo, under the influence of Shisui's genjutsu, might have been convinced to see the Uchiha in a different light. Instead of pushing for their eradication, he could have worked towards peace and reconciliation, avoiding the tragedy that inevitably followed. Okay, now let's talk about Fugaku. Yes, he was the head of the Uchiha and supported the idea of the rebellion, but it's important to remember that Fugaku was not blinded by rage or vengeance. In fact, Fugaku was a rational leader who was aware of the cost of conflict. If Itachi and Shisui had approached Fugaku directly, they may have been able to negotiate peace without resorting to Kotoamatsukami. Fugaku could have been persuaded to seek a different path if he knew the entire truth about Konoha's leadership and their willingness to massacre the Uchiha. Itachi himself understood this to some degree, which is why he struggled with the decision to side with Konoha in the first place. Now let's all take a second to imagine the butterfly effect if Danzo had been the target. Danzo, under the influence of Kotoamatsukami, could have worked alongside Hiruzen to find a diplomatic solution to the Uchiha issue. Without Danzo's constant pressure for more extreme measures, the elders might not have felt the same level of threat from the Uchiha. The Uchiha could have remained part of Konoha, Itachi wouldn't have had to carry out the massacre, and Sasuke wouldn't have had to grow up fueled by hatred and revenge. This single action, using Kotoamatsukami on Danzo, could have saved the Uchiha and fundamentally changed the entire story of Naruto as we know it. So now let's address the Susanoo-sized elephant in the room. Why didn't Itachi and Shisui take this approach? Well, the truth is that Danzo wasn't an easy target. He was always cautious, paranoid even, about protecting himself from threats. It's possible that Shisui and Itachi thought getting close enough to use Koto on him was too risky, especially since Danzo was always steps ahead of everyone. Now it's also time to take the characters' personalities into consideration on why they did what they did. For starters, Shisui and Itachi suffer from extreme nationalism, just like many characters in Naruto. So it's important to remember that in Itachi's eyes, protecting Konoha came before anything else. He may have even believed that even if Danzo was manipulated, it wouldn't have changed the overall distrust towards the Uchiha among Konoha's leadership. I forgot to mention this, but obviously a giant reason was because of Sasuke. Itachi knew that Sasuke was basically being held hostage by Danzo, so that obviously played a major factor in Itachi not wanting to even think about crossing Danzo in the first place. Now that we gave some background information, talked about the facts, and even assumed a little bit, what's my opinion? Personally, I found Itachi and Shisui's initial plan to be stupid. I found it to be crazy because why are you hypnotizing the oppressed and not the oppressors? Think about it like this. If Itachi and Shisui were slaves, they would hypnotize their fellow slaves to not revolt against the slave masters, rather than just hypnotizing the slave masters instead. That's insane. Pacifying the oppressed should never be the answer. Another thing is, I personally don't feel like using Kotoamatsukami on Fugaku would have done anything. So Fugaku's the clan head, and a clan head's job is to do things that are in the best interest of their clan. So that means all of his decisions regarding the clan would have the clan's best interests at heart. So let's just say a bunch of Uchiha wanted this coup. Fugaku changing his personal opinion on it wouldn't have done anything because as clan head, he has a responsibility to the rest of the clan to fulfill their wishes. And I couldn't find the politics on how these clan heads work, but I'm assuming that the Uchiha clan heads are voted on, meaning that the clan heads are appointed. So because of that, if Fugaku's not doing things in the best interest of their clan, or at least making the clan happy, then he can just be voted out and they're just going to insert somebody else there who will do what they want to do. Meaning, using Kotoamatsukami on Fugaku does absolutely nothing if the clan actually wants to have the coup. The coup will happen with Fugaku there or Fugaku not there. So yes, Fugaku's very strong, Fugaku has a lot of influence, and Fugaku's very charismatic, but as clan head, Fugaku's supposed to encapsulate everything that the Uchiha stand for, meaning his personal opinion shouldn't be taken into consideration if it's at the detriment to his clan. So if they want one thing, and he doesn't want that, guess what? You have a duty to serve your clan. That's why I feel like using Kotoamatsukami on Fugaku and changing his mind wouldn't have done anything. Or maybe I'm reading too into it, but that's just my take on things. Now I also think that they should have risked war and used Kotoamatsukami on Danzo, mainly because I fully believe that the Uchiha would have won the coup if there even was one. Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru were all already out of the village at that point in time, so 3 of the strongest leaf shinobi aren't even there. Who's saving the day? Guy? Kakashi? I don't believe they could hold a candle, especially if Fugaku is as strong as he's perceived to be. Uchiha in 5. Like, think about it. You have an entire clan of people who are driven by love and hate because they're just opposite ends of the same spectrum. You have an entire clan of people that are prodigious by nature damn near, and an entire clan of people who potentially have access to Izanagi. Not to mention all the Mangekyo Sharingans that are gonna awaken on that battlefield from all the Uchiha that are going to fall. Now, I definitely could be missing something, and I'm sure you guys won't hesitate to let me know in the comments if I am missing something, but it just seems like cut and dry that the Uchiha would have won the coup, at least in my opinion. Now, since I will continue to ramble on and on and on and on and on about this, this is the last thing I'm saying in regards to the Uchiha winning. The fact that Naruto was like the epitome of loneliness. Like, Naruto was by himself a majority of the time. Hiruzen would come and visit every now and then, but Naruto was unguarded, unprotected, and in that 1-bedroom apartment. So what's stopping Fugaku from paying him a visit? Yo, I was your dad's friend. Come help us with something, and just hypnotizing the kid and taking the 9 tails. Or putting him under Genjutsu and having an anniversary part 2 of October 10th. Okay, my opinions aside, ultimately, while the idea of using Kotoamatsukami on Danzo presents an intriguing what-if scenario, the complexities of Konoha's politics and Itachi's loyalties to the village made it nearly impossible for this to happen. But imagining a world where the Uchiha survived and Itachi didn't have to bear the burden of wiping out his clan shows us just how tragic the story of the Uchiha truly is. A clan vilified all throughout the village. And the sad part is, it's not like the Uchiha were trying to get upper status in Konoha. They just wanted equality. And the dreams of equality cost them their lives. But what do you guys think? Should Shisui have used Kotoamatsukami on Danzo instead of planning to use it on Fugaku? Would it have saved the Uchiha? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Naruto content. Now, the Uchiha are a prideful clan that's full of honor. And they sort of remind me of another character who's full of honor. Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Zuko is one of the most compelling characters ever, and he has one of the best redemption arcs in television history. If you're unaware, click right here. Until next time, guys, fade to black.